This is me. And well, when I first moved to America, I was asked, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Vietnam." But in Vietnam, people ask you something different. People would say, What is your hometown?" So basically, what they're trying to find out is where your mom and dad came from. That's what it is. So I said my dad is from Ninh Binh, which is in the outskirts of Hanoi, the official capital of Vietnam as of now. And my mom is from Tiên Giang, which is in the outskirts of Saigon, where I grew up. They basically moved to Saigon and they met and they gave birth to me, and I went to college in Saigon. I got my first job there, etc., etc. So the people in Vietnam are basically trying to figure out where your roots and ancestors are from, and it can means two things. Okay, they want to see if you and the other persons are related. If actually you and them, if you two are related. If say you are both from a specific regions of the country, they'll be jumping for joy that hey, I'm from that area. It's as simple, yeah. Like just trying to find if you're somehow related, or they want to make a quick judgment about you. Hey, y'all, I'm from the South, and you should all know by now that I'm lazy and I don't work very hard. Well, that's not true. It's just one of these stereotypes that people make about certain people. I'm pretty sure that they have a lot of stereotypes here in America as well. So uh, actually, where people in the South are pretty proud of their heritage, because South Vietnam used to be its own country, just like the Lone Star State, or where we kind of call the South Vietnam is the Texas of Vietnam, because we are proud of our heritage and we really much love our cultures. Plus the fact that we used to be our own countries. It's it's so when I moved to America, I become aware that there's so many subcultures that are smaller than the mainstream cultures, and so I was told that you're supposed to keep your heritage while adapting to the mainstream cultures. Um, yeah, I think it's a beautiful thing to have the best of both worlds. But also, I sometimes find it kind of very funny why I wouldn't do this. But there are people from my cultures that are paranoid about keeping their roots and just trying to make sure their kids speak their language, and they want to speak their language. They even want to move to or live in places where there is a community for their cultures. And I would say fine, let them do whatever they want. There's also people who are like me who doesn't really care that much, I would say. Um, it's not because I hate it or anything. I just mean that first of all, I don't want to deny my cultures, but I'm not proud of it either. I love it, but I'm not proud of it. Because I think pride should be something that you achieve on your own, not an accident of birth. I had the fact that I was born into a certain country or a certain family, I had no options over it, and so why be proud of it? And I love it, but I don't become too excited. Hey, I'm from that and this, and you know, I think we all understand that. But so instead of trying to be judgmental about other people's choices, I would like to come to a conclusion. Okay, so if I would ever stay here, say if I decide to settle in America, and if I want to have kids here, my priority for my kids is to be able to have options and be good at what they're doing and enjoy the journey. Just like me here, uh, I'm enjoying my journey in the United States. I live in Wyoming, a place where you have almost 9 months of winter, plus you have hail and you have all kinds of road closures. The interstate closed pretty often, and it's one of those days like today where you just sit at home and making this video, so it's kind of really enjoyable. No, I'm just being sarcastic. I think that living in a small college town has much more to offer than I initially thought, because the public bus is free, there's a library, there's activities, and people are very genuinely, they're truly kind here. They're willing to help if you're willing to ask them. And they'll most likely go out of their way to help you get where you want to be. Yeah, it's one of the things that I like most about Laramie. And so, the most important of all, I just want my kid to be decent human being, or in other words, just to be a good person. I like Vietnam, but I left because there were no options. And so, why would I want my kids to not have options? Just like the way I ran away from it. America, land of the free, home of the brave. Maybe, maybe not. Well, but I think that as long as America is the land of opportunities, there'll be people who come here, and people like entrepreneurs and innovators and scientists and people who bring new ideas in and try to make America a better place. Thank you all.